Hello. Here we go again. Chapter 7. Punishment. Sounds dark. The next day. Today we ate our lunch in a different place. In a deserted lounge, while watching the daytime news impersonally playing on the television, we ate.
やっぱこのコロッケ美味しいわね。
Today, again, Himiko-san seemed to want the dishes in my lunch. I also knew that the hospital food was bad. So on top of the table, my lunch and Himiko-san's hospital meal were spread out, and the two of us ate together.
ねえ、次は野菜コロッケが欲しいんだけど。右端のよ。はーい。ありがとう、説明博士。もう教えてあげない。冗談だって、冗談。
As we made these little exchanges, around when today's lunch came to an end.
ねえ、以前から気になってたんだけど、もしかして嫌いなの？
As she spoke, she pointed at the fries in the lunchbox.
結局、昨日も私一人でポテト食べたじゃない。嫌い。じゃあ、どうして入ってるの？
How should I answer? I debated a bit and decided to tell the truth.
好きだと思っているから、お母さんは。あなたも大変そうね。
Probably, even with just that, my meaning went through. It was like before with the clothes. For some reason, Himiko-san seemed to see through to the heart of things. However, the words that Himiko-san spoke next were clearly in a different tone of voice.
でも、それは優しさじゃないわよ。まだあなたには理解できないでしょうけど、相手を気遣っているつもりなら、大間違いね。
Mistake, not kindness. At the very least, those words weren't directed at mother, but probably towards me. Right and wrong. If it's that, I understand. Even I don't think not saying how I really feel is right. Then, was it that revealing the truth was kindness? To say what mother had gone through for my sake was something I actually hated. Would that be kindness? Afterwards, I was asked to go shopping at the store for Himiko-san. As I left the elevator on the 7th floor and was again headed to the lounge.
あれ？
In the hallway, just before the lounge, I saw Himiko-san talking to someone. I was sure that person was the helper that had spoken to me the other day. I thought about going up and speaking to them as the two of them spoke, but for some reason, sensing that it wasn't that kind of atmosphere, I couldn't help but watch from afar.
ほら、今日の分の点滴まだなんだから。わかってるわよ。今から帰るとこだって。それと、午後からの入浴の仕方だけど。千尋、私が知らないとでも思って。別にそんな意味じゃ。だったら余計な気遣いは無用よ。あなたこそ、自分の担当のもとへ帰りなさい。
And the unknown Onesan left like that. Without a doubt, that was the person who spoke to me the other day.
ねえ、今の人はただのヘルパーよ。
An answer as if she were pushing something aside. To me, from the explanation I heard about the helpers on the 7th floor, I thought they were very admirable. And yet, looking at Himiko-san, it didn't seem like she felt that way. Especially with the person just now, I felt she had even been cold. Perhaps seeing that I wanted to say something, Himiko-san entered the lounge before us. And sitting in a sofa, she offered a chair facing her.
実は私もヘルパーやってたことあるのよ。え？ここで？だから知り合いなのよ。
That was unexpected. For me, the bright, cheery Himiko-san and the image of a helper just wouldn't connect. At least, My image of the helpers on the 7th floor was that they were always calm and collected. But if I thought about it, a part of it did fit. Patients on the 7th floor, unlike patients of other wards, were in a way given freedom. However, even among them, I thought Himiko-san was special. For some reason, it felt as if she were allowed to get away with even more. The questions I had before, about planting in a garden without permission, and how she said she didn't need an assigned helper, how she would randomly give friendly nods to doctors and nurses. Surely, because she had been a helper before in this hospital, she had probably been allowed more.
ねえ、一つ質問していい？どうしてヘルパーやってたの？
This time, I tried voicing my next question. Even if it were true that Himiko-san had been previously a helper, why would she work as one? I couldn't imagine. At least, from what I knew about Himiko-san, I thought she would be indifferent to something like volunteering or being a helper.
うちはカトリックだからね。カトリック？ええ。私の両親もそうだけど、こういう福祉活動にはよく参加するのよ。
That was an even more unexpected answer. Of course, I myself knew absolutely nothing about Christians or religious matters. But even then, compared to the helper just before, I felt that religion was even further from my image of Himiko-san.
それにほら、ここってキリスト教病院でしょ？うん。それは知ってる。だから、余計にね。
She spoke as if that were the answer to everything. Certainly, I hadn't really considered it up until now. But now that she mentioned it, I did occasionally see people who looked like priests and sisters. But still, for us normal sick people, there were few things that we noticed about the kind of hospital it was. Instead of those details, whether there was specialization in surgery, or whether there was a famous internist present, from those a hospital would be chosen. However, for the people who worked there, there was probably a huge difference.
でも、所詮私はエセカトリックよ。そうなの？うん。偶然、教会の隣に家があったってだけだし。
Himiko-san answered in her usual cheery way. Whether those words were the truth or a lie, I didn't know. However, just that time, her gaze shifted to the window. In that profile that I couldn't see clearly, I thought there was some denial of those words.
でもね、まさか逆に自分が7階に入るとは思わなかったわ。やっぱバチが当たったのかもしれないわね。
When the long summer day slowly ended. Unusually, Father was home early. So today our family of 3 ate dinner together. Since we moved, his commute lengthened, and it has been a while since the 3 of us gathered around the dinner table like this. Oh, made a friend?
ええ、だから最近は毎日出かけているのよ。
Why isn't Dad voiced? Isn't that great, Setsumi?
うん。
And by making a friend, Father also became happy. I'm pretty sure that because my health had been well with me, Father was even more pleased. Before, the 3 of us would always eat dinner together. But now, because he comes home late, Mother and I together was normal. There were also times when she would come home late from a part-time job, and I would eat alone. That was the norm now. Since that day 3 years ago, days of going in and out of hospitals, Himiko-san said that she herself was being punished. Then, did I also do something wrong and was being punished? Just what kind of wrong did I commit? And the one who's being punished, was it myself? Or my parents? Or perhaps both?
どうかした？節美。
うん。なんでもない。
Opening the window, even in such stuffy heat, the night breeze felt nice. There were many things I didn't understand. But if we were being punished, then who is doing the punishing? if I said, I'm sorry, to that person, would we be forgiven? I, who would silently eat fries, had also been called unkind. And Himiko-san, for some reason, came close to me. Until now, outside of family, others have done the reverse and avoided me. I'm sure that was true for her also. It was because there was no one else, so probably it was because she was bored. Well, that was a dark chapter, but perhaps some pink manicure will lighten things up a bit. Burning sunlight and the pouring of cicada cries. Pitch black shadows were right underfoot. After having overslept, I was now headed to the usual place. Morning. You're here late today.
おはよう。
Getting off the elevator, I exchanged light greetings with a nurse I became acquainted with. By now, even if I entered the 7th floor, no one challenged me. Just maybe, at this rate I, too, might become a person of this place. When the thought suddenly came, I was afraid. Continuing down the white hall, I headed to the now familiar room of Himiko-san.
入るわよ。
And when I went to Himiko-san, who had probably been waiting, books, perhaps, spread atop the bed, thin volumes that Himiko-san gazed at. What those were, I didn't know, but that face was different from her usual bright expression.
何見てるの？地図よ。地図。
With just that answer, her gaze once again returned to the pages. There was an expression I never saw before, a lonely and yet also somehow calm expression.
面白い。別につまらないわ。
Her words said so, but her face wouldn't turn this way. And even though she said it was boring, she continued staring with a lonely gaze. Then you don't have to look. Even as I thought that, I gazed along with her. There was nothing else to do, nothing else I could do. Spread atop the bed, the maps of some place. On them were a number of large highways and roads, places with unfamiliar names. It felt like a slight to Himiko-san, who continued gazing. But for me, I couldn't find enjoyment in doing this.
退屈でしょ？いいのよ。私だってつまらないと思うもの。じゃあ、どうして見てるの？さあ、どうしてだろうね。
Even as she answered with that, Himiko-san continued to gaze. If Himiko-san herself didn't know the reason, then there was no way I could understand. While thinking that, and just when I thought she would remain that way for a while, she slowly murmured.
でもね、まだあなたには必要ないものよ。それはいつか必要になるってこと。さあ、それもあなた次第かしら。
Occasionally, Himiko-san spoke as if she could see clear to my thoughts. There were also times when she would suddenly toss out words like Zen riddles. What those were aiming at, I didn't know, but for some reason, often I would wind up nodding.
ねえ、説明知ってた？もし、どこか行きたい場所があったとして、どれだけの予算があれば足りると思う？わからないわ。
And the sudden question, I answered honestly. I had never thought about such a thing.
私の計算によるとね、5万円よ。そんなに？そう考えちゃダメよ。逆に言えば、それだけあれば、日本中どこだって行けるってことよ。
Even hearing that sum, to me, meant nothing. Also, I couldn't see the intention behind letting me hear it. Perhaps it simply meant that for Himiko-san, she had a place she wanted to go to. And someday I, too, would have such a place born within me. Perhaps she also wanted to say that.
さて、じゃあ、またアイスでも行きましょうか。
With that, she folded the maps and stood.
私、検温あるから、先に行ってて。
Leaving Himiko-san, I waited for the elevator. All around, I can see the pajama-wearing people on the 7th floor. These people, I wonder if they have a place they wanted to go to, just like Himiko-san. Or perhaps people of a certain age, from having already given up, or taken a more philosophical view, maybe they don't think about such things.
節美さんでよかったかしら。あなたは確かヘルパーの。はい、この7階を担当させていただいております。
It was the helper who had spoken to me before. The other day, Himiko-san had been speaking with her, and said she was an acquaintance.
それで姫子さんのお姉ちゃんのことですけど。お姉ちゃん？
With that word, I could make a guess at how things stood. Before, Himiko-san said she had once been a helper on the 7th floor, that her family was Catholic, and she had also participated in public welfare activities. Then for this younger sister to be a helper here in the same way was not surprising.
それで私に何か？もし節美さんが無理して一緒にいるようでしたらと思って。別にそんなことないわよ。だったらいいんですが、以前は明るくて優しいお姉ちゃんだったんですけど。
Saying that, she sadly lowered her head a bit. Certainly, I also had a similar impression when we met the other day. At the least, her behavior towards this kind-looking younger sister I thought seemed very cold. However, towards myself, there was no need of the had been. Even now I believe she was kind.
千尋、何をやっているの？お姉ちゃん。前にも言ったわね。余計なことを喋ってる暇があったら、自分の担当の人をしっかり見るべきでしょ？うん、それはわかってるけど。あなたもヘルパーならば、自分の責務を全うしなさい。行きましょう、節美。
Speaking unilaterally, and then leaving her sister there, Himiko-san quickly walked ahead. Even as I felt somewhat bad, I followed after. Again, today sitting facing each other, we ate vanilla.
悪かったわね。変なとこ見せて。今の人が妹さん。ええ、そうよ。
While speaking, Himiko-san began eating her second ice cream. Beyond that, it didn't look like she was going to say anymore. But I wanted to know about her behavior just before. Without a doubt, she was worried about Himiko-san.
ねえ、どうしてあんなに冷たいの？もしかして妹のこと？うん。
I gave a small nod. It was Himiko-san's own sister, and as someone who'd been the same kind of helper before, I thought she would understand her feelings. It might not have been something an outsider should be interfering with. Still, I felt the younger sister to be unfortunate and was sorry for her.
あんなに優しくていい人なのに。そうね。優しくていい人だからよ。よくわからないわ。いいのよ。これもまだあなたには必要ないから。ただいま。
おかえり。ちょうど晩ご飯の支度できたわよ。お腹減ったでしょ。
うん。
With a nod, I handed over today's empty lunchbox.
はい、たくさん食べてね。
On top of the dinner table were a number of dishes, and as always, the fried things from the part-time job.
あ、ほら、また揚げてきたわよ。
With that, she offered the plate of fries. Their slightly fat slicing was a distinctive feature. But today, the hand that held the plate was different from before.
お母さん、手。
ああ、大したことないわよ。やっぱり油使うからね。
Mother answered cheerfully as always. But those were the mark of a burn. It was slightly red. Before, while beautifully painted with manicures, Mother would show them to Father and me with pride. At that figure, happily excited over such a small thing, Father and I would look at each other and give a wry smile. And when she got a strange color, even while saying I was 10 years too young, she had painted my nails too. but now it was different. The pink manicures had faded, and in their place was a slightly red skin of roughened hands. Why they've become that way? The reason was easy enough to imagine. For whose sake they've become that way, that didn't even take imagining. And exactly because of that, it was painful for me. It tortured me.
どうしたの？今日のもあげたてよ。
That isn't kindness. I recall Himiko-san's words. I felt that I understood. Betraying good intentions, or being silent with lies, both were wrong.
ねえ、お母さん。
どうかした節味。美味しいわよ。まあ、ポテト担当になって少しはお母さんの腕も上がったみたいだしね。
With hands that were different from those days, but with a smile that was unchanged from those days, mother happily offered the fries. In front of such a mother, I could do nothing other than quietly eat the fries. If I were to say the truth here, if I were to truly apologize, the person who was punishing us, that person out there somewhere, would they relent? A few days later, with the sun shining directly overhead, I headed to the usual place. I had heard that this summer was a cooler summer than average, but it still seemed like it was going to be a hot day.
おはよう。節味、待ってたわよ。
For some reason, Himiko-san was again waiting in front of the hospital.
また中庭？そうじゃないけど、まあ行きましょうよ。
With just that, she quickly started to walk towards the outside of the hospital.
ちょっと、どこ行く気よ。ほら、前にも言ったでしょ。残り3つのことよ。
Remaining 3. At first I couldn't remember what she was talking about.
例の、死ぬまでにしたい10のことっての。そうそう、残り3つのうちの1つなんだけどさ。ちょっと行って確かめてみたいことがあってね。
Are we driving? As she spoke, Himiko-san continued walking. Already she was quite a ways from the hospital.
一体どこまで行くつもりよ。結構遠いわよ。電車でも片道2時間くらいかしら。先生の外出許可はもちろん無断よ。
I didn't really understand it well, but even if it's Himiko-san, she was a resident of the 7th floor now, and I had the feeling that just up and leaving the hospital and going that far wasn't allowed.
大丈夫よ。そんな不安そうな顔しなくても。そりゃ外で見つかったらさすがに怒られるかもしれないけど、ま、ちょっとくらいは多めに見てもらえるからさ。
After saying that much, she started walking again. Maybe she was being serious. Certainly, if you kept going this way, you should get to the train station. And then, there was one other thing that nagged at me.
ところで、その格好のまま行くの
？I raised a simple question of how Himiko-san was dressed in pajamas. At least, to ride on a train. I thought that was a bad way to go about things.
もちろん、このままよ。このまま。着替えないの。いいのよ。これが私のユニフォームなんだから。
The sun up above cast short, dark shadows. And unheeding of the midsummer morning was a lightly stepping Himiko-san. A while after, well, even saying that, only 5 minutes of walking, around when the number of people walking on the street slowly increased. I wasn't too familiar with things, but it seemed that she was headed towards Station A. Certainly, she had said it was 2 hours each way, but just how far was she planning on going? In just that amount of time, riding on a train, it felt like you could get quite far.
ねえ、駅からどこに向かうの？海までよ。正確にはパイナップルの木がある場所かしら。パイナップルの木。
Words that I wasn't familiar with. I didn't know pineapple trees existed in the first place.
ほら、 よく大きな建物の前なんかにさ、フェニックスって呼ばれている木があるでしょ？うん、知ってる。あれってさ、絶対にパイナップルの木だと思わない？
Indeed, they did look very similar, but...
だからさ、試しに切ってみて、中身を確かめてみたいのよね。ねえ、もし本当にパイナップルの木だったら大変よ。
Was she being serious? From a common sense standpoint, it had to be a joke. But with Himiko-san simply being as she always was, it was impossible to tell.
なーによ、その顔は。もしかしてバカにしてる？そうじゃないけど、ありえないと思う。もう、コロッケ博士のくせに頭が固いわね。何事も実際に試してこそでしょ？博士、関係ないわよ。それにフェニックスの木だったら病院にもあるし、どこにでもあるじゃない。ダメよ。もっと大物で試さないと面白くないでしょ？
I didn't really know how serious she was, but together with Himiko-san, I headed towards the station. Finally, we were just about to reach the station. Never mind that it was 10 minutes. Walking under the blazing sky was unexpectedly difficult. And as I had thought, it seemed Himiko-san's pajama-clad figure stood out, and people walking by glanced at us.
本当に行くの？もちろんじゃない。そのためにここまで。隠れて!
Suddenly, Himiko-san went to hide behind something. Before I knew it, I was also holding my breath in the shadow of a building.
どうしたの？あれ？外科病棟の先生だわ。向こうは4階チーフの看護婦さんもいるし。
Now that she mentioned it, there were faces that I recognized.
そっか。病院の関係者はこの駅から通っていたのね。
Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
これじゃ見つかって怒られちゃうわ。
Himiko-san laughed in a carefree and sunny way. There was no sense of planning or anything else. In any case, surely, she had been a helper before, and she didn't know this.
だって、私の家って近所だから電車で通ったことないんだもん。私だってそうよ。でもやっぱあれね。伊達にルールに含まれてないわね。ルール？いやいや、あなたには関係ないことだから。それで、どうするの？あ？そりゃ出直すに決まってるでしょ。
Quickly, the decision came, even though she had been so determined to go up until now. If she really wanted to go, if it was after the morning rush ended, then it would be even easier riding the train without being seen. Maybe she hadn't been serious to begin with. The sun was still high, and around now, the shops in the marketplace were opening up.
さて、せっかく駅前まで来たんだし、寄り道でもしますか。
As she spoke, Himiko-san wandered among the shops along the street. Looks like, even though she gave up on riding the train, she didn't intend on going straight back to the hospital. Helplessly, I obeyed and followed after. As always, because of her pajamas, people would glance over, but it seemed that Himiko-san herself didn't mind one bit. And then her feet stopped in front of one storefront.
この服、なんかいいわね。
She touched a number of clothes decorating the front of the shop, but they were all frilly kinds of things. However you looked, they were meant for cute girls. They didn't really seem to fit Himiko-san all that much.
そういうのが好きなの？まさか私にこんな少女趣味ないわよ。
As I registered what she said, she had spread the clothing in her hands before me.
似合うわよ、節美。私？ほら、いつもセーラー服だけどさ、こういうのも似合うだろうって思ってたのよ。ね、買ってあげようか？このワンピース。でも、遠慮しなくていいって、お姉さんからのプレゼントなんだから。
I don't want it. It would have been a lie. For someone who only had a single sailor uniform, it was a very tempting proposition.
姫子さんの服は私は必要ないわ。だってこれがユニフォームだもん。
With that, she pointed at her own pajamas.
だったら私もいい。あら、別に私に合わせる必要ないわよ。だってあなたはまだ選べるんだからさ。
While I wanted to reply, I swallowed my words. It was said in her usual bright tone, but the words can still choose. At that, I realized a very heavy meaning in her words.
やっぱり残念ね。絶対似合うと思ったのに。まあ気が変わったら言って。いつでも買ってあげるからね。
After that, we wandered around in front of the station a while, ate ice cream together, and then headed back to the hospital. As we found similar clothes in other shops, she continued to say she'd buy them for me. But in the end, I kept refusing. The daytime had been so hot and hazy, but now in the huge sky, the face of the moon peeked out. As usual after eating dinner, I returned to my room and relaxed. By the window, washed and drying on a hanger, was a sailor uniform. While gazing at it, I suddenly thought about the time I had gone to school. Right now my health was good, so one could forget, but in reality I was someone who was admitted in and out of hospitals. Already, over 2 years have passed since I've been away from the place called school. In that time, I hadn't once thought about wanting clothes other than pajamas. There hadn't been any pressure from such a need either.
でも今日は少しだけ心が揺れた。
Perhaps it would have been better had I admitted I wanted the clothes. But Himiko-san herself was stubbornly in pajamas, and being the only one to get new clothing made me feel bad. Besides that, no matter where Himiko-san was in her pajamas, she was dignified. Compared to that, I always felt somehow sorry. Like I'm somehow doing something embarrassing. I can't help it. Or maybe Mother, who had stopped getting manicures and reddened her hands, or Father, who continued long commutes in the same suit. If they saw me happily wearing cute clothing, perhaps to both of them it would be a happy thing. But that, for me, I think would have been difficult.
ポテトが嫌いということ以上に難しいと思え。
Well, another pair of sad chapters. As usual, take care. Be safe.